What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is about my participation in the MSF course called ARC. So why even click on this video? Well, I'm going to be giving you the down and dirty details about the ARC course, the do's and don'ts, 10 of the drills that we did in the class, right? And my whole takeaway of what I gained from before I did the course to where I am now. So stick around. I hope you find value in this video. And let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer them. Here we go. We're going to take a two warm-up laps to make sure our tires are good, our engines are warmed up, ready for this execution. So here we are. We're doing the initial one, which is the weave and turn. This is right now is a lot of turning, right? Because the radius of the cones and the distance is that much shorter. So well, right now, right? Because I'm not a very skillful rider, you know, even though I have my endorsement for the last 7 years. But right now I'm like, you know, turning instead of like leaning and freaking counterbalancing. So right here, we're just weaving a little bit better, right? Because the distance of the cones are further apart. So it's easier for me to maneuver the bike. One thing you'll see throughout the duration of the course of the video until the end is my usage of my clutch a lot, right? I don't know what was going on with my bike that day. I honestly think it was my inability to properly manage my throttle with my dominant arm. But throughout the video, you'll see I slowly become more proficient, and I stop using it so much. So this is going to be exercise number 2, quick stops and evade. Basically, right, this is about stopping. The first portion of the exercise is being able to stop your front tire by the time it hits the cones, right? So before you hit the cone, you want to start doing your judgment call and braking, and your goal is to stop the front tire right as they hit the cone. The second portion is once your front tire hits the cone, you want to stop with slow progressive braking without locking that rear tire up. And then you evade, right? It's as if you were in a stop sign, you see incoming vehicle that isn't paying attention, and you evade out of the way, right? So these are skills that the ARC is refining with all the riders, and they're important, they're critical. So again, here we go again with the quick stop. That was not great, as you can tell, but again, like as we progress through the video, you're going to see me get a little better. Of interest here, actually, I want to mention is notice how far out we go in order to do this turn. And as we progress and we start staging, as we go through these exercises, the distance gets smaller and smaller because we become more confident in our riding skills. So that's something that I wanted to point out for y'all to see, and how important these courses can be to building your skills. This one is going to be exercise number 4. We skipped number 3. We're going to say we skipped it, but distinguished braking, that's done by the instructor. We don't really do exercise 3. However, it's just basically him showing us what the formula, right, plus the visual of what it is it takes us to stop. So if you're going 25 miles an hour, you multiply that times 1.5, and that is the distance you're going to cover before you come to a complete stop. So this is exercise 4. This is called shifting and stopping, right? So very simple. There's about 8 different positions throughout the range. We're coming to a stop. We're observing to make sure the rider in front of us is clear. Then we move over to the following cones. We again use that progressive stopping. We stop, we look, and then we continue to move forward. Again, this is helping us judge our skills, judge our ability to control our throttle, using both the front brake and the rear brake without locking up the tires, right? Something that I did take away from this course is instead of using your whole hand, let's just use 2 fingers, right? So there's less likelihood you're going to lock up your tires. Right there. In case you're wondering what he's doing, he's telling me, hey, go to the staging area. On to exercise number 5. I called it the three circles, weaving in and out of the cones. This is prior to us emphasizing on the whole leaning forward and counterbalancing, right? So that's what we're doing right now. We're going. There's three circles, obviously, right? One of them is one's big, one's small, and one's a medium-sized circle. And what you do is you're trying to effectively weave in and out of the cones without hitting them, right? Focusing on that throttle control. Again, you still see me using that clutch a little bit too much. Right here, if I would just been able to better adjust my throttle hand, I think I wouldn't need to use the clutch that much. Obviously, the clutch is important when you're coming to stop, right? Because you don't want to be in gear and come to stop. You're gonna the motorcycle forward. So that's what we're doing right now. We're gaining our confidence with exercise 5. Again, that being called the three circles, in and out cones, weaving in and out cones, right? So again, I'm just giving you a quick snippet of all the exercise that we did do. Right now, again, we're gonna go stage here in a bit, and yeah, I mean, it's great. It's honestly like from the very first exercise, we're already in the 5th one, and I can tell you my confidence is through the roof. And if I can quantify that with some numbers, I would say that my confidence went from, I don't know, everybody won't say that they're confident, right? But like, because they're able to go fast, you know what I'm saying? So everybody is confident because they're able to go fast, they're able to keep the bike upright. But when you slow down, that is where your skill shows. And that is where the problems for a lot of people, they show their ugly head. So here we are, exercise 6. This one is called trail braking with a swerve and apex braking. So right now you're seeing me doing this turn, and then I swerve into the inside of the circle, and then this right here is called the braking in the apex, right? So we're using trail braking. We're slowing down. Once we clear the center of the apex, being like the most middle point of the turn, and we're using our throttle to clear it safely, right? Talk to me, Jesse.
Is that what?
Nothing. From the line from the Fast and the Furious.
Oh.
And they got off the car, they're like, talk to me, Jesse. It's your 3rd. Your fuel map's got a hole in it. It's got a nasty hole. Then they beat up Brian. It wasn't for the tuna. I hope I didn't just, age myself there with that comment about the Fast and the Furious. But anyways, I thought it was funny. So here we're actually moving on to the exercise number 7. This is to simulate entering and exiting a on and off ramp. So right now the sequence we're going from 4 to 1 to 3 to 2, and then exiting, right? You see me exit lane number 2. We're going, and then we're still using that quick braking technique, right? So as I progress through the training, I am getting more proficient in grabbing that brake handle, and I'm slowly applying pressure because I pushed my motorcycle to its limits. I pushed my skills to my limits, right? In the beginning, I don't know if you guys were able to see, but I was locking up my rear tire a lot. I locked up my rear tire like 4 or 5 times, right? Which was fine, right? It was fine. The instructor was awesome. That's why we're doing the course. That's why I'm in the course, to get better, to progress in my skills. So now we're gonna continue on all the peanut and the weave, right? So this is obviously, like the name implies, it's a peanut shaped exercise. We speed up. You see me now leaning forward and putting my chin over my wrist almost. And I am obviously way more confident at this point in time than I was at the very beginning. So here we're about to start exercise number 8. This is called the peanut and the weave. Right, like the name implies, the range is set up as a peanut shape. And right here, you're starting to see the skills that I've learned from exercise 1 through 7 show, right? Now you see me leaning in, now you see my chin over my wrist almost, right? You see me leaning forward, counterbalancing the bike, keeping it upright as much as I can, right? And those are skills that I already had, but I forgot about them. So again, you see me here. Again, like now you see the camera almost in the mirror, which is phenomenal, right? It speaks volumes of how much I've learned in just one day. So this is why I'm advocating for new riders and even veteran riders to continue on with their learning, right? Because the only person you're going to save is yourself. And if your skills don't match the risk, or don't outweigh the risk, then you're putting yourself in a very dangerous situation. So now we're about to start exercise number 9, right? Being the peanut with an emergency. This is the final exercise, exercise number 10, the peanut reverse with emergency stop and a control entry, right? So now it's going counterclockwise. We are again adding our speed, keep trying our best to keep the bike upright. And now you see me even more leaning forward with my chin even closer to my wrist, right? Trying to keep that motorcycle upright. Increasing your skills, that way your skills outweigh the risk, right? Everybody knows that when you jump on a bike, it's risky. It's a risky situation, but if you continue to sharpen your skills, right, you will be successful, you will be safer, you will be able to operate your motorcycle that much better than the average rider. So thank you for reaching the end of the channel. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them in the comments section below, please. And remember, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Take care, y'all.